Okay, so you recently wrote a piece at The Federalist in which you very politely criticized the Republican Party at large for how they have framed the messaging on green energy and climate change. I want to be a little more blunt and a little less polite and say Republicans have really messed this up, have actually played by the terms set by the Democratic Party on electric vehicles, on fossil fuels, on climate change. And that's terrible. That's a huge disservice to the American people. What should we be doing instead?
Well, think of one thing. The so-called Inflation Reduction Act, oddly, was supported by ExxonMobil. It's basically a climate bill, and it was supported by ExxonMobil. So there's a lot of money to be made actually in new energy. Of course, there's still a lot of money in fossil fuels, but there are a lot of people who are invested in new energy and will make a lot of money off of it. And a lot of those people are Republican donors. A lot of those people are, in the consulting world. And I think that has some influence over it. But to your point, on a broader level, when I was researching the piece you referenced, I was looking at a study from Berkeley that crunched the numbers since 2005 or 6, and of the truly insane amount of money that has been spent in federal subsidies since the Bush administration, the majority of it, something like 65%, has gone to upper earners.
And federal subsidies for green energy.
Green energy, period. So when you look at electric vehicles, the numbers are 90% of subsidies for EVs have gone to the top income quintile. It's unbelievable. So it's basically just forcing the middle class to pay for their rich neighbors' Chinese solar panels. I do think that we need to, for national security reasons, transition to energy independence in the United States. There's no question about it. But this transition has just overwhelmingly benefited the rich and has forced the middle class to shoulder that burden financially, culturally. They want you basically to be eating less steak, having less kids, driving fewer trucks, and basically being less happy. It's a culture war, right?
It's an assault on the middle class.
Right.